Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day. This is a very special day because I decided I want to try something new and I wanted to have a few coffee conversations with my business owners on weekdays to really sort of unpack different things that I am learning along my business journey that I think might help you. In case you're brand new to me, I promise I won't do this every time. But in case you're brand new, I really want to be able to introduce myself. Hey there, Instagram. How are you? I know I've been neglecting you guys. So I'm going to get you into my coffee conversations every morning too. Who is saying hi to me over there? I want to say hi to you too. Hey there, Ayla. Ayla. Hey, beautiful name. Hey there, Stephanie. Hey there. Ashley Calloway. That is my incredible celebrity makeup artist. She's out here doing the damn thing. Listen, whenever you guys see my photos, her face is the reason my face look like my face look in those photos. Okay. She is the baddest makeup artist in the business. So good to see you, Ashley. Hey. Let's chat, girl. So listen, you guys, I'm excited to share with you guys a concept that I have learned about recently that just literally blew my mind, just literally blew my mind. And if you are an entrepreneur, I guarantee you, you are in the midst of this. You're in the midst of this right now. And what you have to understand is that entrepreneurs, we're a different breed, aren't we? We're different. We're different. We're different out here. Okay. We are the type of people who see a thing before that thing becomes real. That's really what entrepreneurship is, right? It is visualizing a future that you want to create. It's visualizing an offer, right? A product, a business, a service that you want to create. It's seeing the potential of it before it's real. And then it's going about the daily activities that get you there. The challenge, though, is the bigger the vision, the longer it's going to take to make it real. Just like it is in real life with anything, everything that you want to achieve is going to require consistent action over time in order to make it happen. The problem is that with entrepreneurship, oftentimes for some of us, we get to this point where we aren't seeing the results yet, and it becomes discouraging. We pull back. God forbid, we quit. Okay. Here's what I want you to know. Your biggest payoff only comes when you stay in the game long enough to get through that muddy middle where you're not yet seeing the results. And so, what I really wanted to do was to share with you this concept to me that really broke it down so eloquently and so well. And it's not just a willy-nilly concept. This is a concept that is backed by neuroscience. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, but I do know a sister neuroscientist who's pretty badass. But I have to say, I've always been very interested in how the brain works. Okay, so this is not some theoretical musings. This is really based on the idea of neuroscience in terms of how to really be able to hit whatever that big bodacious business goal that you have. I know for me, my big bodacious business goal is to create 1 billion Black women millionaires. Okay. Now that's a big bodacious goal. Now, do I expect that to happen tomorrow? No. Okay. But I expect to put in the work that I need to do on a day-to-day basis to make that happen incrementally over time. What could stop me? I'm going to talk with you about that today. And what could stop you with regards to whatever your business goal is. And that boils down to this one concept. And that concept is the action result gap. Okay, put that in the chat for me. Action result gap. Okay, let me explain to you what the action result gap is. Okay, the action result gap is the fact that whatever you do in life, okay, whatever you do in life, there is an action that you take. Hey, what's up there, Kenny? That's my man, Too Raw, Too Real. If you guys are not following him on Instagram or Twitter, get a life, okay? That brother breaks it down, okay? And by the way, we're going to see Beyonce in not so long, not too distant future. So I'm excited about that. But anyhow, that's a whole nother conversation. All right. So here's what I want to talk with you about, the action result gap. here's what you need to know. Whatever you do in life, there's going to be a distance between the action that you take and the result that you receive from that action. So literally, I'm having my morning coffee this morning, which is part of the inspiration for the coffee conversations. I have coffee every day. Now, I love my coffee. I have a very delicious coffee. Love it. It tastes better than Starbucks. There is a very short distance between the moment that this coffee touches my tongue and when I get the positive result of the taste that I enjoy and crave from drinking the coffee. Does that make sense? It is like literally nanoseconds between the action of drinking the coffee and getting the positive result of a taste that I enjoy, right? Of the caffeine that perks me up. Like there is a pretty short gap between the action and the result. Those things are easy to do and to do over and over and over again because you get pretty much an immediate result from the action that you take. So it takes very little motivation to every day get up, fix my cup of coffee, drink it, enjoy it, ease into my day. All right. Here's what's harder. Okay. If you have a bigger goal, if you have a more bodacious goal ahead of you, okay, that action result gap is going to be wider. It's going to be wider, right? Many of you know that over the past year or so, I've been on a fitness journey. I've been losing my pandemic poundage. Okay. Which was a feat. Okay. So I've released, really about 25, 30 pounds over the past year. And what I will tell you is that process is a longer action result gap, right? If you have any weight that you are looking to release or whatever fitness goal you have, my son, bless his heart, is looking to gain weight. I'm not going to comment on that because I'm jealous, but I'll just leave that alone. But anyhow, so he's looking to gain weight. There is a gap between the actions that you must take. For me, maybe, eating less calories or at least better quality food, exercising more, or putting on in terms of cardio, in terms of weight, like those activities. It takes a longer period of time of consistent action in that direction for you to see a result, much longer than just drinking this cup of coffee, right? It takes a couple of weeks of consistent quality action in the fitness realm in order to even begin seeing some sort of significant difference in how you show up physically, right? Okay. And then the more that you want to change your physique, the longer it's going to take. Like now I've pretty much shifted from fat loss to sculpting. So that's a different change. And it's a wider action result gap because it takes much longer to build muscle than it takes to lose fat. Do you understand? So there's different links associated with the action result gap based on where you want to go. So what does this have to do with business? This is where I truly believe most entrepreneurs fall off the cliff, okay? Or at least those who are beginners, okay? And those who are more established, this is also where you can get stuck in the wrong lane. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute. So entrepreneurship is one of those things that, the statistics are really astounding in terms of the number of entrepreneurs who, grand opening, grand closing, start a business and close that business within 2 years. And I honestly believe that the problem is not just, for most of them, I don't think the problem is that it's a bad business idea. I don't think the problem is that they don't have the right work ethic. I believe the problem is that maybe they don't have the right guidance, the right strategy. But in addition to that, they don't have the endurance to withstand the action result gap. Hello, somebody say endurance, okay, in the chat. They do not have thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Hey there, Morris. They do not have the endurance to withstand the action result gap. Okay. You understand, my son? What's up, James? Another one of my clients on here. So here's what I want you to understand, that it becomes very, very tantalizing to give in those moments where you're taking actions. You may be taking actions. What's up, Kawana? So good to see you, my dear. You're taking actions over days, over weeks, over months. And you could become very frustrated if you've not yet reached the destination because your goal is so big, your goal is so powerful, your goal is so bodacious. It's going to take you longer to get there. The more meaningful the reaction, the more meaningful the result that you're shooting for, the longer it's going to take for that result to actually occur, which means that more action needs to take place over a longer period of time in order for you to make that destination real. Someone asked me the other day, how long did it take me to get my PhD? It took fucking 7 years. Okay. It took a long time of action. And I'm not including the undergraduate years in that, you guys. Okay. I'm talking about 7 years of postgraduate study it took for me to complete my PhD. That's a whole hell of a lot of action. Okay. Before I received the result. Now, here's the good thing. Once you get the result, you have it for the rest of your life. Damn. And I'm a whole lot older than 7 years old. Hello. So once you get the result, you can have it for life. All right. But you have to endure to get there. Now, nobody loves endurance. That's why so few people run marathons, including me. You will never catch this sister in a marathon. Okay. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. That's not my thing. I have so much respect for those people who do. Okay. So let me give you an alternative for endurance. Okay. To help you to be able to literally, though, in practice, endure that gap in a more healthy way that will maintain your motivation to keep going. Okay. To keep going so that you can actually achieve the result that you are capable of. I would argue the result that you were born to do. Here's what I know, that whatever your desire is that you're working towards in your business, I can't see it, but you can, right? And there's a reason why you can see it. And the reason why you can see it and I can't is because that is your unique gift that was meant only for you to see. But it's also your responsibility to make it real. That's why it was put there by the creator, right? So here's what you need to do. What you need to do is to get engaged in the process of developing, in essence, I want you to gamify the distance between action and result. And the best way for you to do that is to, first, after you're very clear about your target, what you want to create, you need to figure out what units of measurement are going to get you there. What units of measurements are going to get you there? You need this message this morning. Oh, you're most welcome. I wish I knew who you were. I would shout you out specifically, but StreamYard won't let me be great. Okay. Gamify the distance. That means I want you to figure out what actions do you need to take consistently in order to get that result. And I need you to be very specific about quantifying those actions and connecting it to something that you are already doing so that you can do it on a daily basis. And when you do that, I want you to record that in some way so that in essence, that's the reward that you're giving yourself. I will say this, let me sort of unpack everything that I said and put it into short components because that was a lot I just laid out. Okay. First, when I talk about gamification to some extent is why you're seeing me through the medium that you're seeing me right now, right? Social media. There are billions of dollars that are spent every day to figure out how to make you come on the platform that you're watching me on right now on a consistent basis. Yes. If you're watching me on Instagram, they have spent a lot of money in trying to figure out how to get you to keep checking your Instagram feed. Okay. If you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube, they have spent a lot of money to figure out how to get you to keep coming back to Facebook or to YouTube. They spent a lot of money to figure that ish out. Okay. And actually, it boils down to gamification. It boils down to you receiving positive messages, basically quick hits of dopamine for coming on these different platforms and getting a reaction that makes you feel good. Yes. That's what gamification is. That's what keeps, people who are really into gaming, right? They're getting some sort of dopamine rush from the reaction of the experience. Exactly. It can be an addiction from the reaction of the experience that they are having in playing the game, or from the reaction of the experience that they're having when they are getting likes, okay? Or from the action of the experience that they are having when they are getting people to interact with them, right? It becomes well, honestly, it taps into your dopamine. That's the feel good hormone, right? It's making you literally feel good. Once again, this has to do with what it's giving you a brain hit, okay? A brain hit of dopamine that makes you want to come back again and again and again. You need to figure out how to use that strategy in a positive way to move you in the direction of your goal, okay? You need to figure out how to give yourself your own dopamine hits for the type of daily actions that it will take to get you the result that you want. Okay. Is this are y'all getting this? Are y'all one of my favorite coaches used to say, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all getting this? Okay. You need to figure out, how can I positively incent myself to do those actions that I need to take on a daily basis in order for me to get the results that I want to get in my business. Here is the problem. Oftentimes, the daily actions that it takes to get the results that you want to have in your business are not the sexiest things to do. There might not be the thing that we find to be the most fun thing to do, okay? But they are the necessary things that are required to get you where you want to go. That's real. Did I necessarily want to read every page that I had to read when I was getting my PhD? Not necessarily. Did I necessarily want to write every page that I had to write when I was getting my PhD? Nah, not necessarily. But I had to do it in order to get the PhD. And what I'm saying to you is that there are things that you have to do in order to get where you want to go in your business. And let me be the first to admit, some of those things you are not going to want to do. You don't find them to be the most interesting things. You don't find them to be the most exciting things. You don't find them to be the most fun things. But those are the interim steps that are required to get you where you want to go. So here's what I want to say. I don't know what each one of you do. Some of you might have very different businesses than I do. Okay. I primarily work with coaches and consultants, and I'm damn good at helping them have extremely amazing results. I just spoke to a client of mine yesterday who was so excited. She just reported to me she was $3 away from having a $90,000 quarter, her highest earning quarter yet. So I'm super excited for her. Okay. And that's just one example. I could give you a ton. But what I will tell you is this: there are actions that you need to take on a consistent basis. Now, if you are thank you. Kenny loves my analogies. I'm the analogy queen. Okay. So here's what I want you to understand. If you are someone like me in a service-based business, say that you have a goal of, signing, 3 clients in May. Okay. 5, let's make it a nice round number. 5 clients in May. Okay. That is your goal. Then you need to figure out, how many people do you have to have a sales interaction with, ultimately a sales conversation with, typically, in order to get 5 people to say yes. Okay. You're going to need to then reverse engineer, what actions do I need to take in order to have those conversations? That means you're going to have to be reaching out to people on a daily basis to give them the opportunity to even get on your calendar. Okay. Or you're going to need to plan some sort of event where you can sell to them, and you're going to have to give yourself enough time to promote that event and then prepare for that event. All right. So that's the one action. And then what are you going to have to do every day to make it work? Okay. Every day, that means you're going to need to be reaching out. Every day, that means that you're going to be needing to do the invitations. Every day, you're going to need to be having people on your calendar. Maybe the goal is that if I want to sell to 5 people this month, I need to have at least 10 conversations a week. You do cold calling? Awesome. Ooh, you are a bold one for cold calling. A lot of people are afraid of cold calls, but if you know that, then if you do cold calling, then you say, okay, then I know I need to make 20 calls a day, 25 calls a day, 50 calls a day. Figure out whatever that number is for you. Okay. And then what you need to do is connect that action that you need to take to an action that you already take every day. this is going to greatly increase that the action is actually going to happen. Okay, this is a key component of habit formation. Kenny talked this morning. This is a key component of habit formation. If you are looking to establish a new habit, you need to attach what you want to do to something that you have uh, already habitualized, something that you already do habitually. So, for example, if you know that, hey, I like to drink coffee at 9 a.m. every morning, then you might say, when I sit down to drink my coffee every morning, I am going to create my list for my cold calls, or I am going to reach out to 20 people on LinkedIn. Or before I check my emails, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And every day when you complete that action, okay, uh, give yourself a reward of some sort. Now, to me, I would probably not give yourself a reward that involves, candy, because, if you like me, I love chocolate. So if I had a reward every time I did something I was supposed to do, it would not look good. But I will say this. My, I could go down a tangent with that because I've tried food-based rewards, and let me just say it's not the best idea for me. Okay. So I will say this, but a good idea for a reward is just a visual cue. I like visual cues of some sort. So say that you have a calendar, those big wall calendars or calendars that you might have on your desk. Every day that you do it, you mark through your day. Okay. Like literally take a line and like diagonally mark through that day. And your goal is to have a streak of those marks. Imagine what could happen if you go a whole month and you hit your streak. Now, maybe if you go a whole month and you hit your streak, now you can have that, slice of German chocolate pie or German chocolate cake or whatever that other goal is, right? But the point is, every day you are seeing visual cues of the degree to which you are taking the actions that you need to take to move your business forward. And here's what you need to understand. Over time, then the payoff is not just the final payoff that you're looking for getting the result, getting the 5 clients. The ultimate payoff that you're looking to give yourself are payoffs that you can give yourself every day by being able to mark through that day because you have lived up to your commitment to make the actions that you take today in order to get the results that you want tomorrow. Okay. This is about sort of reducing and like creating a micro action result payoff, okay, that fits within the macro action result paradigm that you are looking to engage in your business. Okay. It's confidence boosting. I love it. I'm happy to see that, Kenny. So I have to say, this is my big tip for you today. My big tip for you is to understand, number one, that action results gaps exist, that big bodacious dream that you have is worth going for. Not only is it worth going for, you have to go to it. You have to go for it. It is part of your purpose. I truly believe that because the gift was given to you to see it. And that was not, I personally don't believe that was accidental. Okay. I personally don't believe that was accidental. I believe that it was purposeful. Okay. Full of purpose for you to have that vision. Your challenge, though, is to have the endurance to make it happen. And what I'm trying to share with you today is a strategy that I think is genius in terms of how you can begin to habitualize engaging in the actions that you need to take on a day-to-day basis to make that ultimate result happen. Because here's what I want you to know, finally. If getting that result that you envision was easy, it would not be powerful. It would not be worth it. It would not really be of substance. Nothing that is of substance is easy to obtain. Not a one. Not a one. I am not aware of anything that is worth a damn that you can go out there and get at the snap of a finger. Everything that is powerful, that is substantive, that will make a big impact on the world will take time. So the problem isn't that you are on this wild goose chase. The problem is not that, you're not good enough to do it. It's just that you have to remember that you are on a substantive journey. And this journey will take time, but it is completely and 1,000% your responsibility to commit to the daily actions that are required in order for you to make that journey complete. At any stage of this game, it's going to be hectic. Oh, I forgot about this one point I need to make, and then I'm gonna go because I don't want to keep you guys longer than 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep these under 30 minutes every day. For those of you who are on the other end of the spectrum, you're already very successful entrepreneurs, and maybe you have something new that you're doing, or you want to up level. Say, for example, you're looking to go, like me, maybe you're looking to go from 7 to 8. Okay, that's a whole different level. That's a whole different journey. The challenge that we can sometimes find ourselves in is that our days are already full. We don't have any problems with actually taking action. But sometimes when we're looking to go to this bigger goal, our days are full with the wrong things. We're doing too many of the things ourselves that ultimately at this level, what is required of us to go to that next level is to figure out who can get me there, who can help get me there, not what else can I do. Because literally what's likely happening is your day is already overflowing with things that already got you to where you are now. But what got you to where you are now is not going to get you to the next place you want to go. So now you have to figure out, how can I magnify myself? How can I replicate these activities? How can I make sure that these activities happen, but I don't have to be the one doing them all? Now it's time for you to bring on a team that can do some of those things that you're doing right now that has got you to where you want to go, so that now you can have the bandwidth and the space to be able to do new actions, put in place the new actions that was required for you to go to that next level. Okay. In all of those situations, there is going to be an action result gap. And your challenge, my challenge to you today, is figure out, how can you gamify the process of getting to where you want to go? Who's up for the challenge? Is there anybody here that is up for the challenge of making sure that you are filling that action result gap with micro action results that are ultimately going to get you to where you want to go? Because to me, that is the secret. That is the secret for being able to endure the journey from where you begin to where you know that you are destined to be, if you don't give up. All right. All right. I like that, Brian. Brian says that incremental progress should be visible because it encourages next action steps at arriving to your goal. Absolutely true. It's like GPS showing you that you are on track in your journey. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. No true words have been spoken, Brian. Absolutely true. So with that said, you guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. You love the approach. You are welcome, Nadine. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I am going to check back with you tomorrow for another cup of Joe as we continue along this entrepreneurial journey. I just feel like there's a lot that we can do for each other along the way. Feel free to join me on Facebook, on Instagram, all those spaces where you see me at. And I will check with you. You're down for the challenge? Awesome. And I will see you all later. You are welcome. Take care, everybody. Bye. All righty. Bye-bye. Bye.